Go.
Alright. So we have a 3-point communication plan. One is brushing up on the foundation, the framework that we've built, and then getting in touch and setting up an emailing server that will be able to email 3,500 students, and reaching out to you in person and getting your thoughts. First is laying out the framework that we've established this year, right? We've had online mailing lists, caucus hotlines, and all of these different things, and we've had technical glitches with this. And this is a framework you can't just destroy it so late into the year. We've established this framework, and we have to fix the nuts and bolts. We have to tighten the nuts and bolts, and we have to fix the technical glitches, and that's what we will work to do over the summer. When it comes to walking up to you and talking to you in person, we're gonna work to pretty much just walk up to you in person. We're gonna have a task force that's gonna be focused on coming up to you and talking to you, figure out what your problem is, much like what Austin has been doing throughout his campaign. And we're gonna be focused on setting up an email server. We have an email server that sends out about 400 emails right now, but that's not large enough for the 3,500 emails that we already have access to. And this is what we have to expand upon, and we have to build upon over the summer.
Thank you. Question, Austin and Barnett, ready, go.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Tazing and Matthew for working so hard on emails. Although we've been waiting for a whole year already. Things like this are very simple. They're very simple. You see all these bulletin boards around school, empty, with posters from months ago, on Earth Day, Valentine's Day. Those need to be taken off. We need to use no spaces to post everything, all the updates that students need to know. Because even if you have Facebook, you might not check it. Nobody always goes on the class of 2017, 18, 19. So what we need is not just internet. We need internet and physical updates on everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Ready, go.
Yeah, I think like what Austin said, great job on the email. It was an email advertised on Facebook, so we don't see how much of an effort it was made to communicate to the people who don't have a Facebook. Mohammed is here in the crowd today. He didn't even know about this debate until I walked up to him and told him about it, and he started cursing the SU for the fact that they don't try to communicate to the students. The matter of fact is this: there are 480 people who voted in last year's SU election. There's a reason why so many people have been left out of the SU, and it's still what's here today. When you go around talk to students, and the majority just takes this election as a joke. That's what the SU has been putting out to students. That's what they have been in their lack of ability to communicate to students. We just can't continue with what we've already been doing. It hasn't worked, and we don't think that electing people who have already used this is going to solve the problem.
One of the ways we intend to improve communication with the student body is to create a position of student advocates in the student union, where they will go out to the student body, simply communicate, speak with their peers, inform their classes, and through those people they will be able to report problems with homework policies, testing policies, and then report back to us. We'll be able to attend administration and resolve them.
And I mean, when you look at the promises that some of my fellow candidates have made, they promised to create a club bulletin board with information on clubs. They've created that. They've covered it entirely with newspapers. I don't know who really gets any sort of information from that. This just shows that they're all about talk, not about actual action, to bring students into the political process. They failed at that, and that's why we don't think they should be elected again. Thank you.
Responses and questions. Ready, go.
So on the comment that we've been waiting an entire year for emails, that's not true. We got the emails in November, but the SU IT department has been very weak this year and hasn't been able to establish a server and create a server that will be able to handle the massive amount of emails that we have to send out. I mean, I've been trying to do it, and I've gotten my account just deleted 4 times because Gmail thinks I'm crazy. You can't blame us for the SU debate not being communicated to the BOE. I mean, it's not necessarily our fault that this happened because the BOE doesn't have access to our mailing list because they are separate from the SU.
Yeah, and whenever necessary to send out an email, despite the fact that we don't have the servers at the moment, we've communicated with Ms. Pedrick and Mrs. Zhang to get emails out when we were able to communicate effectively enough. Again, building upon the relationships that we've already established over the course of our time in SU. Additionally, to get more immediate feedback from direct students, we plan to create task forces. If you read our platform, you'll see that we're looking to have students, division of the student union, go out and speak to students individually to get their feedback, direct feedback on the issues of Stuyvesant.
Yeah. These task forces are very important because essentially anyone can run them. You can run them, our candidates can run them, anyone can run them for any initiative they have. So we're going to really bring in everyone that wants to make Stuyvesant better and wants to improve Stuyvesant better. And we're going to have an extremely efficient SU that we've never seen.
Yeah, anyone that's willing and wanting to improve the Stuyvesant community is welcome to in our student union. Thank you.
Thank you. Responses or questions? Ready, set, go.
So you're talking about task forces, emails, but what purpose do they serve if you're not actually trying to communicate to the student body? You're not trying to open the political process to make it more transparent. We intend to release minutes from all meetings, including SLT and executive board meetings, to the student body. Through these emails, through these websites, through these task forces. We want to publicize everything, including the budget information. Simultaneously, an essential part of our platform involves allowing students to come to these of course SLT meetings, but additionally the executive board meetings, which are currently not allowed for students.
Yeah, I can vividly remember when Matthew So and Justine sat by as we were kicked out of an SU meeting for trying to attend it, doing our job as citizens of the school, trying to learn about what was going on in our student union. It's no wonder why they tried to kick us out of that meeting. After forcing our way back in, they spent the entire meeting talking about how much money they should allocate towards buying snow machines for the school. These are machines that shoot chemicals into the air that turn into snow, and then they proceeded to read. The Amazon comments regarding this product in foreign accents. This is your SU. I can vividly remember. I use this analogy a lot when talking to people. At the end of an SLT meeting, when I proposed an idea, and I was talking to one of the chairs of the SLT, and they said, "Hey, isn't that something that the SU can use?" There was a brief moment of silence. We all looked at each other, and they started laughing. You may think that, regardless of what the students think, what the SU thinks about themselves, the people who work at the SU think they're a joke. And it's time that students stand up and take back the SU, so it's something that can actually help the students.
Considering that wasn't a specific attack towards your ticket, we're going to be moving on to the next question. Just a general attack. As we said,
Can I respond to Justine and Matt, because that was a pretty direct attack?
Yeah.
The president of the president texting how you departed. Could I respond to that?
can you save it till we ask the crowd for question?
I mean, sure. But like, that was a direct attack. You're not the debate.
We're going to ask the crowd towards the end. Okay, so every 2 general questions, we go on to a ticket question, and it's going to be in that order. So, to Matthew So and Tassine Chowdhury, how will SU director selection be more transparent and not reflect nepotism?
Okay. So again, it was a good idea actually with the OSIS information to pick the directors. We do plan on instituting that. But however, what we need to do is also conduct interviews with the director positions directly. I feel like there's not a lot that you get just from an application alone. You know, it's hard to summarize yourself in 500 words or less. So what we plan to do is also include Mr. Palazzo this year, as we have last year, in the process. Get more of his feedback, as well as the feedback of the other student forum organizations, such as Arista, Big Sib, and The Spectator, before we finalize our cabinet positions.
Yeah. I mean, it's extremely important that we do these interviews and we do these interviews well, because we have to be able to test our applicants. We have to be able to make sure that they know what they're doing. Like, yeah, I don't want to talk about the IT director, but this is something that I'm very focused on, making sure that our IT director is well informed about what the SFTP servers are, how they function, and what HTML, and actually knows how to code HTML and CSS and how to use GitHub. Like, they don't know how to do this, so we have to find people that we can actually test in person at the actual site to make sure that they know what they're talking about when they apply.
Is there any response to their answer to that question, but not an answer to
The
that?
second pretty direct attack, we would mind if I just respond.
The debate is for the SU, so once we
they're
get to the
irrelevant
class,
to, like-
we'll get there. So do you have a response to their answer to that question?
Yes,
Okay,
of
so
course.
for this, you guys will have 45 seconds to answer that.
I personally think Tassine and Matthew have excellent ideas, very inspirational ideas. Well, were they carried out in the past year? Were they? Why didn't you guys carry it out when you were in power? Why do you plan on carrying this out when you're about to transition power? You might not be president next year, and now you're promising all these things, but why didn't you do it before? I think you guys should reflect on that. Thank you.
Response to their answer to that question. Okay, ready, go.
So in addition to your failure to actually enact any of these plans in the 5 years that you prided yourself on, Tessine has offered me positions in the SLT before SLT selection began. So I question the moral of the candidates who say they want to increase fairness in these elections. When presented with that chance, they went and they overstepped their boundaries and they completely threw away with the entire process and any sort of justice that could be instilled and any sort of measure that could prevent nepotism. So it seems silly that they would try to actually stop something that they actively encourage. Thank you.
Okay. Back to general questions. The next question.
Adam, you said his name.
Oh, okay. 45 seconds to respond to that, and then we move on to the next question.
Okay, so what I offered him was essentially advocating for him as an SLT alternate in terms of advocating that to Aries and Matthew, mainly because I wanted to work with him and I wanted to make sure that we were working together and fighting for student rights together. That's something I haven't been able to do. I've tried to work with him many times. It hasn't worked. He's refused to work with us. I think it's really important. That's why we're focused on task forces this year, making sure that we're able to really bring in anyone that's ambitious and getting them the resources and the access to the resources of the SU and all the networks it has. That's something we want to give out and we want to work with people on, and that's something we haven't been able to do just because people have been refusing to work with us.
Okay. 45 seconds to that, because so that's going to be the format for these. 45 seconds for that, and then no more responses from any candidates.
I don't think that any individual in the SU has the right to use whatever they feel is right to go because they want to do something that they should be able to overstep their constitutional responsibilities. This is exactly what's wrong with the SU. We have SU members who are overstepping any sort of oversight that's already implemented so that they